you have an idea that you have built over the years, and now you are caught up with other stuff with your job, and you cannot run the business, right? Okay, you built a great idea, and let's say an app, a website, or a business, but now you find yourself very difficult to run both businesses because it's not easy to run multiple businesses. So right now there is a great website that you can sell your idea, okay, your website. It doesn't have to be a complete idea. This is something that you've already created, but needs to be completed. It's called marketada.com. Marketada.com. This is a free listing. You can list it. I have checked it out. It's really good. The listing is for free right now. You can list it, and you'll be able to sell your idea. That's what I do. I have some projects that I've been working on it, and for some reason I'm not able to you know to manage it. So I've decided to just sell them on marketada.com. You can go there and check it out. So, you know, the other thing is a lot of people, they always talk about ideas, right? I have a great idea, I have this. And the problem is, are you willing to leave your job, right? Are you willing to sacrifice your job and focus your 100% efforts on your idea? If you cannot do that, I think it's wise to say not to pursue that idea. Okay, and the reason Uber became so became a big company is not that the technology is difficult to build. It's actually very easy to build. Meaning, you get from A to B, right? So you pick up someone and you drop it off. And now Uber doesn't have the navigation. So you take the navigation of Google. So you take the Google API, right? And then you implement Google API, and then you'll be able to connect people. They can see the navigation. So this is the it's not very difficult idea to build, right? It's simple and it's straightforward. But the problem is the operation. You know, Google were able to, invest a lot of money by convincing the local authorities to accept their businesses, right? So that's where all the money went. Because by buying local authorities, by buying presidents, you know, uh, that's all the money that they cut off from the drivers. They take that money and they buy influence, especially in local government and even in federal governments. When you see Uber CEO was invited in France, uh, it's not out of nowhere, because he was instrumental in terms of giving them money, giving them fundings. So the idea itself of Uber is not that difficult. It's very easy to build it. Okay. So now when it comes to operations, that's where the rubber hits the road, as they say. So that's where a lot of ideas fail, because in terms of expanding, you need capital, you need to send people, and to spread it. Okay, but building an idea is today with today's technology is very simple. It's not difficult. Okay, this I can tell you that, and I meet a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I have this great idea. I have this great idea." I say, in my back of my mind, I'm saying, "Really? Yeah, you have a great idea. Has no meaning, has no value if it's not tested on the market." Okay, you can have the ingenious idea, but if it's not tested on the market, it doesn't have any value. So, one, in order to determine your idea has any validity, right? You have to build it and you have to be 100% committed. Okay? If you are not, you got to leave your job in many cases and be committed 100%, then you'll be able to take it to the market. All right? Then you can test it. Then you can test and see if the market wants your idea. Okay? So otherwise, everyone has an idea. Okay? Believe me, I have thousands of ideas. Okay? But I refuse to pursue them. Okay? I'm intentionally don't pursue them because I know that when you commit to one idea, you have to commit to 100% because you cannot just be, halfway. So you have to go all the way in and commit to that idea. And what's the other point I wanted to mention? What's the other point? So, a lot of I can hear some of the ideas so bad, you can clearly, I talk to people all the time and they tell me their ideas and I say, this is not gonna work. Okay? This is not going to work, okay, buddy? Okay? Just to give it up. It's not going to work, okay? So you have to, if you have an idea, just don't think about, building it right away. So before you even build it, right, before you put time and, investment in, you have to kind of test the market, right? You have to kind of take it to someone who's, let's say your idea is in a restaurant, right? So you might need to connect to somebody, a chef, someone who's well known in that domain. And believe me, they can give you an insight that you never imagined. Because, the problem today is people are not taking advice from people who actually done the job. They're listening to influencer on online and who never worked in their life, okay? And they are giving their opinions, but they don't have any backing in terms of real life experience, right? So before you even take your idea to the market, you need to consult with somebody that done the work, somebody that older, okay, in their 50s, in their 60s, because even though for some reason in the United States, age is completely dismissed. If you're older, this guy is old. This is completely ignorance. Being old means you have more experience, you have more knowledge. You know how the world works. You are more sophisticated. You are, in terms of how you approach the world. Okay? If you are young, you are a fool. Believe me, I was there. I'm still young. All right? Okay? But the idea that, you dismiss people who are older, that's an ignorance. Okay? In Africa, we actually seek the wisdom of the older folks. We go there because they understand the world. Imagine somebody who, who crossed the Amazon, right? It took them 30 days to cross the Amazon, and you are planning to do the same thing. Are you going to listen to an influencer online talking about, Amazon, or are you going to see the person who actually did the work? You see? So that's the difference. So when you're creating a restaurant or whatever you want to build, you need to speak to the people who actually, the veterans, as they call them, so that they can give you a clear path. Okay? Otherwise, what you do is like trial and error. You'll be able to find out. But at what cost? Okay, you've already spent a lot of money. Okay, you've already spent a lot of time. Okay, or do you like to get all the information beforehand whether you want to proceed or not? Okay, believe me, you can actually learn from your own mistakes, but the problem is it takes a lot of time. It takes 10 years to to get through the trial and errors. Or you can maybe seek the, you know, the knowledge of the wisdom, somebody who went into the business, okay, a couple of people, and then they can give you a clear idea of the business before even you spend money. And they will save you a decade. They will save sometimes 2 decades, all right? So it's really important. It's really important for those who are, I'm drinking tea, right? Can you see it? So I'm drinking tea with tamarind. They said green tea, so it's a green tea with tamarind. Okay, people say tamarind has good stuff, so I'm checking it out, I guess. Okay, so the person, when you seek the knowledge of the people who actually done the job, you will save yourself a lot of years of struggle, trial and error. Okay, it's not, you know, this is, it's kind of close to raw science, right? It's already, people have already done the work, all right? So let's say if you are, a lot of people, they want to create a dating apps. You know, dating apps is like everywhere. Do you really want to create dating apps in today's world? Right? So you have to understand what's on the market before even you go to market. Okay, so it's really important. You know, it will save you a lot of money. It will save you a lot of decades of, you know, trial and errors. So these are few thoughts about ideas. And finally, if you have an idea, suppose you have built something over the years, and now you are not able to, you know, to run it or to manage it. So there is a website called Marketada, all right, marketada.com. You can go to that marketada.com, okay, marketada.com. You can go to the website and sell your idea, okay? The sooner the better, all right? The reason that I love that website is because it doesn't ask you to pay money to list, to list the product. I mean, to list your business. A lot of other markets that are out there, they wanted to charge you a couple $100 before even you know whether you want to get a buyer or not. How is that even possible? Okay? You don't know whether this website will bring you a buyer, and they want to charge you a couple $100. That's insanity. So the good alternative is marketada.com. All right, I'm gonna put the name, you know, on the description. You should be able to see on the title. Okay, .com, and check it out. List your business, your ideas. I have a couple of ideas there that I haven't followed through. Followed through. So, you know, sometimes you build ideas, but you know, you don't have the time for it. So I have them there. I'm hoping people will contact me. So the buyer, the good thing about it is the buyer will contact you directly. There is no middleman, right? They can contact you. You can negotiate what prices, you know, or if they want more details, you can do that. So it really facilitates, you know, between the selling of the business between a buyer and the seller, compared to other places where you know they have to charge you a lot of money for it. All right, so this is the end of this video. Check out the website marketada.com, and see you next time.